Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of my lure fishing only account. The goal of this account is to reach 100% in the lure fishing skill and get some trophies on the way. In the last episode we managed to get the 31% lure fishing and crafted some fluorocarbon leaders. This episode's goal is to buy a new rod setup. This is for all my YouTube members. Make sure to join. Let's continue where we left off. I will use my free arrow rod setup until we have enough money for a new reel and rod. The new reel and rod combo we want to buy is around 800 silver. We currently have only 545 silver, but that is absolutely nothing. We will get all this money within a few hours in Belaya, and if we are super lucky, maybe even within 2 hours. But realistically, it will take us like 3, maybe even 4 hours. But we can definitely do it within this episode. So the first spot I'm fishing at is at 66.29. I will use retrieval speed 30 and for the lure spiker to 0.18. And as you can see, we already have a fish on. This is the same spot where I caught my last trophy on my trophy log episode, so this is the reason why I came here. This spot is absolutely hot and I want to make as much money as possible and hopefully also maybe snag a brown trout trophy like I did in the trophy log episode. So fingers crossed, we might actually get a trophy from here because currently we have 0 trophies and that is a no-go. So if we don't get a trophy this episode, then the next episode will focus on getting a trophy or even 2 and also getting a new setup because we want to go and try out some pike fishing on Oldberg and we also want to go and try out Quarry Lake. We're already level 15, but I can bet once we have the new setup we'll be like level 18 or even more. And look at that, that is a very nice brown trout. That is definitely a marker, 419 grams. Unfortunately under 500 grams, but we take these. If you get a brown trout over 500 grams, it drastically gets more and more expensive and you make way more money. Hopefully we'll also have some good cafe orders to fill up because cafe orders are where the money's at. And looks like we have a big one right now, another tank hopefully. So if that's a brown trout, that could be around a kilo brown trout and that is like 19 silver, 17 silver, something like that I think. So we definitely want those. It is fighting a bit odd, but I do believe this could be a brown trout or maybe a grayling. I've had a few good graylings from here, but nothing too massive. So if this is a grayling, it could be a trophy grayling even. It's fighting very hard. Because grayling usually, even when they are the trophy size, they do fight quite well, but they fight extremely slowly, just like Timon, and they don't try to run away extremely far. So this gives me a hope this could be a grayling or maybe the notorious asp. I just knew it. And by the way, there is no way we could get an asp trophy from over here with this setup because the asp trophy is 8 kilos and this fish I think is barely like 2 or 3 or somewhere in between. Yeah, actually not even that, only 1.3 kilos, but hey, it gave us some spin fishing percentage and we definitely take that. And another bite and a good fish by the looks of it. This is so weird. I keep catching fish every single cast. Pretty much I cast in, it takes like 3 seconds and I have a fish on. I've had back to back fish right now with 0 retrieves without any fish. So this is absolutely amazing. And what kind of fish it is? No clue, I'm sorry guys. My friction break is up to 29 right now and I can't put it up even more because then my setup might break. And I want to see what it is, but it looks like it's stuck behind a rock. Is it? Oh, I just reeled it over a rock. That's pretty funny. And this is a brown trout. This is a good one. We definitely want to catch many of these to make a lot money. But, you know, you're not always so lucky in Belaya. Hey, 0.2% into the spin fishing. That's awesome. And this fish was almost a kilo as well. And yeah, I want to switch out this setup so badly. I want something better for Belaya already. This is the reel we want to buy. We want to buy the Element Pro 3000. And as you can see, it has a 5.4 kg test, which is very good for Belaya. It is on the more expensive side for now in the game, but if we get this reel and also a new rod, we will be super good. By the way, why I don't just buy the reel right now, as you can see, is because this arrow rod, it cannot use reels above 2000 series, so we can buy a new reel and use it with the arrow rod. We have to go and get a rod as well. Okay, tank alert. This fish seems pretty damn big and it is spooling me, so this could be maybe another like kilo or more brown trout if this is a brown trout, and I would be super stoked about that. And also, by the way, at the beginning I said this might take us like 4 hours to get all the money if we want to get this new setup. I was just saying it because, as you know, in the last episode at the beginning we were super unlucky with getting any fish on Belaya and we were making like 50 or 70 silver a day. But if this trend right now continues, ooh, look at the jump, then we will have the money within like 2 hours, pretty much guaranteed. We're getting so many nice big brown trout and they will pay us so good. And if there's even one cafe order. Usually the brown trout cafe orders will go for like 70 or 80 silver. So just for 2 fish, you can already get 80 silver. Sell the rest of the keep net for like 100 plus, and you've made like 200. All we need is pretty much 255 silver. So we could do it even within 1 hour if we're super lucky. And this is a pretty nice brown trout. I can see right now. And the jump before was super cool. I love when they jump out of the water. Oh, 1.1 kilos. That is not a bad fish. Also 3,500 EXP for that fish. That is super good. We'll be level 16 in no time. Also, if we keep catching trout at this size, we will get our spin fishing level up pretty quickly. And another fish on right away. This is insane. I'm telling you, this spot is just on fire. It's so good. Every single cast you have a fish on. So Extra, thank you very much for suggesting me this spot. I am forever grateful. Another brown trout. Lovely. We have so many of these guys already. Oh, and this is also fun weight. 888 grams. We take those. This is a special fish. This is so cool. I should make like a compilation at one point of all the fun weights. That would be pretty cool to see. Another cast. Another fish. Maybe. Yes, please. Come on. Oh, yes. We have a fish on. I'm telling you, this spot is so good. And oh no, another asp. I do not like these guys. They will outspool me on this setup too easily. Just listen to this. This is music to my ears on belaya. Alright guys, looks like we've got a proper bite. No nibbling or playing around with the lure this time. And look at that bend in the rod. That is not a small fish. By the way, it jumped out, but I totally missed it. I didn't see what kind of a fish it is. I wish I would have paid attention. Maybe it's a brown trout, maybe an asp. Would have been great to see. Actually, no, asps don't jump, so this has to be a brown trout. Or maybe a pike. Pike also goes super quick. And salmon. Salmon can go very fast if they're big, and they will also jump out of the water. But I'm definitely calling it now. We are onto something big. You can see my reel being on fire, and that's not a good sign. I might break my reel this way. But since we're going to upgrade the spin fishing setup in a bit, I'm not really afraid of breaking this reel or just, giving it a friction burn. So this setup will most likely just sit in the inventory anyways for the rest of the series after I get my new setup. Okay, this thing is pulling hard. This fish is definitely giving us a workout. I'm trying to reel it in, but it's just taking line, and I'm not about to let it snap the leader by putting the friction brake up. Let's play this smart. This fish just keeps jumping and going to the other side of the map. I'm trying to make sure it stays on the other side so it doesn't go too far off the right or the left side, because then we have to walk. I mean, if it goes to the right side, then we're just out of the map. Left side we can walk, which is good. So have to make sure I don't run out of line. Let's do like a teeny tiny bit of walking. All right, it's starting to come in now. Steady pressure, keeping tension on the line. This is the moment where patience really pays off. One wrong move and this beauty could spit the hook, you know. But the good thing is, in this game, if the fish is super tired, it just lays in the water pretty much. It doesn't go into, the last second runs or anything like that. It's pretty much tired. It moves to the side every now and then, but that is it. So if you have fish in this state, you are pretty much guaranteed to get the fish in your inventory, unless somehow it's just, spits the hook, as I said. That has happened to me a few times, and that's very unfortunate when that happens. That's definitely a very nice big brown trout. That is a beauty. Look at the colors in this guy. This one's definitely a highlight of this day. What an incredible fight. Worth every damn second. Let's see how big this fish is. I don't think it's a trophy, but it's pretty close. I think it's like 2 kilos plus for sure. Let's net it. Oh yeah, 2.7 kilos. So the brown trout trophy size is 3 kilos. We were super close to the trophy size, but missed it by like 300 grams. This is still a very good sign that I could get a brown trout trophy from over here. This is just sad. We had a very good fish on, and as you can see from the chat, the fish got away. But I have something cool to show you. We actually caught a river mussel, and that is a very fun species to get on the lure fishing setup. Okay, another good fish on. I've been fighting with this fish for now like a minute or two, and it doesn't seem to be a brown trout, because brown trout, they tend to go far away if they can, and this one is pretty close up. It has some of the zoomies, but nothing too crazy. If we would have the new setup, this fish that we have on right now would be pretty much in the keep net already, because that setup would get this size of fish in very easily. If it does any damage to this setup like this, then on the other setup it would do pretty much no damage to it, and we would get the fish in super quickly. Wow, that's actually a big grayling. That is actually a very big grayling. Wow, 2.2 kilos. I didn't think it was gonna be that big. So the trophy size for grayling is 3.2 kilos, so maybe you can also get a trophy grayling from over here? Question mark. Well, I've been fighting with this fish now for quite some time, and it does not show any marks of giving up. So I guess we'll just skip forward and I'll show you what's on the hook. Before that, like the video. It literally took me so long that it's already dark outside, and the fish that I'm about to show you is something that I don't like like, and I don't think anyone on the channel likes, because if you go to belaya on a light setup, it gives you one hell of a fight, and it was only 1.3 kilos. It's time to make some money. We spent over there like hour and 20 minutes or so and made 193 silver. Unfortunately, no cafe orders, but we still made a bank. What a nice brown trout and some fishing percentage. We take that. If we keep catching brown trout like that, then we will have our 60-70 silver, which we are missing from buying the new setup in absolutely no time. The first fish that we got was a nice brown trout, so hopefully this is also a good brown trout. If we get like 4 of these or 5 of these, then we should have all the money that we need to buy the new rod setup, and I can't be more excited. I want to take this rod setup, put it in the trash, keep it in my inventory, and use the new setup. But before we can do that, we need to get the money, and that's a beautiful brown trout. Don't get me wrong, the arrow setup is very good, but we have to think about the future. We are going to fight some stronger fish. We need to get them in faster so we can make more money, and then we can upgrade our gear again. Because as I said, within the next 2 episodes, I really want to go pike fishing or fish on Cory, but for that we need some good gear. And with this arrow rod, it takes so long to get the fish in, and this means I make way less money than what I would with the new setup. Level 16. Let's go. This is a nice grading as well, almost 500 grams. And level 16 unlocks Cory Lake. This is the lake I was talking about before, and we really want to go and visit this, but for the Cory Lake you need excellent gear. The fish over there are super strong. If you hook into a Cory char or a rainbow trout, you are in trouble. So we need to think about the future gear and write down a roadmap for ourselves, what kind of gear we want to get so we could go to Cory Lake in the future. That is definitely a chubby chub. Let's see how big it is. 1.2 kilos, and it gave us some spin fishing percentage. We definitely take that. And looks like we have another chubby chub on. That's perfect. We want to get chub as well, because I do believe there was a cafe order for chub, unless it has run out, so I really hope it hasn't. Oh, this is a good one. 1.666 kilo chub, and it gave us some spin fishing percentage. And we have another tank on. Hopefully this will also give us some spin fishing percentage, because I really want to get to a 35% spin fishing skill in this episode and get the new setup. So in the next episode we can focus on getting to 40% and focus again on getting another new setup. So that's the goal for now, and hopefully this is a nice job, or brown trout or grayling or whatever. I want to get any fish that's big, and that's going to give me some spin fishing percentage. We want to get to 100% as soon as possible. That is not a small job. That is probably the biggest job I've had so far in this episode, and the job trophy size is 4 kilos. Let's see how big is this one. 2.3 kilos, so half the trophy size. Not too bad. We take that definitely. Oh no, I missed it, but we got to 33%, which is absolutely amazing. So we can also put some points into spin fishing, and I'm going to do that. I'm going to put 2 of my points in here, and then we have it maxed out. Beautiful. Unfortunately, I missed all the cafe orders, but this inventory should still give us enough money so we can go and get ourselves a new setup. So let's sell all of these fish for 114 silver. And yeah, we're still fishing with the old setup, because I forgot that Belaya's tackle store is 10% more expensive than the base price, so we need 10% more money to buy the setup that we need. So currently we have a pretty good fish on, but we need around 40 silver to buy the new setup. This means we need like 4 good brown trout, and then we should be done. And yeah, we'll fish here for like 15-20 minutes. Hopefully we'll have all the money needed, and then we can actually go and buy ourselves the new setup. Yeah, nice brown trout, 600 grams. That's worth some good cash. And here we go, another one, the devilfish, 666 grams. Beautiful. And here we go. I think this should be the last fish that we need, and it also gave us 0.2% spin fishing skill. That's absolutely amazing. I don't know why I did cast back in. We don't need to catch any more fish. Let's go and sell this fish very quickly. And here we go, quick 44 bucks, and that is exactly what we needed. So now we should have all the money that we need to buy the new setup. I've been waiting for this moment for so long. So let's go and buy ourselves the Element Pro 3000 reel by Sputnik. This has a 5.4 kg test, which is perfect for Belaya River. Now we want to buy the linear S60L spin fishing rod, and that's our new setup. So let's go and test this setup out. I'm so excited to go and try out this setup. We have the linear rod with the Sputnik 3000 series reel. I'm going to disassemble the arrow rods, take away the line, the leader and the lure, and put them on this new linear rod. And let's walk to our favorite spot on Belaya right now. Let's cast in the lure and see what will go for our lure. I hope it's going to be a nice brown trout or grayling, and then we can really compare how easy it is to use this setup to get the fish in and how easy it was to use the arrow rod. But this should be twice as good pretty much. We have our first decent fish on, and as you can see, my friction brake right now can be at 20 and it's not pulling too much drag. I think the max I can go to is 26, but I'm just going to test it out with the bigger fish to see if that's true. Maybe I'll go to 26 and it will snap my setup. That would be absolutely awful, so I want to make sure that I do not break anything, and that is a big job. We had it in so easily. This should be around like maybe a 2 kilo fish. Yeah, 1.8 kilo, almost 1.9 kilo, and it took us almost no time to reel in the fish. This is how we are going to start making money on belaya. This is the setup that will take us to the golden age. Another good fish on the hook, and as you can see, for this setup it is no problem at all to get this fish in fairly easily. It seems to be another chub. Somehow this spot has turned into a chub spot for me, but that is definitely okay because chub, they do give quite a good bit of EXP and good cash, and especially if there's cafe orders, you can make like 100 silver in absolutely no time. And hey, spin fishing percentage, we need only 1.6% to reach this episode's goal of 35. And here we go, another fish, and this is an eyed, my first eyed on belaya, and this eyed came in like a 200 gram roach on the beginner set, so it was absolutely a blast to just go and drag it in. Another fish on. This spot is still extremely active. I haven't had that much brown trout over here, but I'm still doing good. I'm catching chub and all sorts of other fish, which is amazing. And as you can see right now, another tank is on. Don't know what it is. It is fighting fairly good even on this setup, which means it has to be a big fish. And also, don't get me wrong, with this setup, if you get on a big brown trout, big grayling, an asp, it will still take a lot of drag, go very far away before you can go and reel in the fish. And it seems like this is another chub, if I'm not making a mistake. Yeah, and this one is not bad either. Spin fishing percentage? Okay, no, that was too much to ask for anyways. But how about you? Give me some spin fishing percentage. Okay, no. This right here is a true friend. Some nice spin fishing percentage. Time to make money. I filled in the eyed cafe order for 21 silver and sold rest of the keep net for 78 silver. So in total, we made 99 silver, which is pretty good. We didn't have many brown trout, so this is why we made way less cash than previously. Right now, I've tried a couple of different spots on belaya and I haven't had any luck, and this spot seems to be also pretty dead, so I guess we're gonna go back to the first spot we started on, and seems like we are going to end the episode on the same spot as well. That spot just works and nothing else really works, so yeah, I'm sorry about that. Just one spot in this episode, but hey, it works. It's printing money. Why should we leave? But by the looks of it, it seems to be printing chub now, which is not the best, but we still take that. This is actually quite odd. So when we started on this spot, we caught brown trout mostly and big brown trout, plus a few graylings here and there, and now somehow it feels like we have depleted this spot of all brown trout and we just keep on catching chub. It's just chub after chub after chub. I don't know why, but it's just very odd. Maybe I have to, you know, log off the game for a few hours, come back, and there will be more brown trout, but I'm not really sure how this game works. Does it really deplete the spot like this? I know the spot will get slower if you fish on it for, you know, a long time, but still, this is super odd. I need to figure this out. You know what's the saddest part about catching these chub? It's the fact that there is no cafe order. I've had so many nice chub above 2 kilos, but there's no cafe orders. I wish there was a cafe order and we could make so much money, but unfortunately this time the game doesn't want to give us any cafe orders almost at all. I think we were able to fill up only one cafe order in the whole episode so far, so yeah, we're not lucky about those, but hopefully next time the luck will be on our side with the cafe orders. Another nice chub, 2.2 kilos. Unfortunately, no spin fishing percentage. This could be our biggest chub so far. Let's see, how big is this fish? Oh yeah, almost 2.5 kilos. That is definitely the biggest one so far. 404, fish not found. Yes, nice grayling and spin fishing percentage. We take that any time of the day. Looks like we are into another crazy fight, and by the looks of it, it seems to be an ass because I haven't seen any jumping out of the water so far. That's what brown trout usually do, and grayling or chub are not going to spool me like this, so let's skip this fight forward. It's 3 AM, still fighting with the fish. I've just failed badly. My hard drive got full, so my recording didn't save, and yeah, I got this huge time, and this is my biggest fish so far on the account, which is very cool to see. So let's go and sell all of this fish. As you can see, the timing isn't worth too much, but this job and this one brown trout is worth quite a bit of money, so we made 117 silver, which is not bad. So I wanted to give some trophies a go in this episode, but just remember, we have only time until we hit 35% spin fishing, and after that I will stop this episode, and then we'll go hunting again in the next one. But over here so far, I've caught some perch pretty much every single cast, and there is also a chance of catching a chub. And you don't want to cast with 120% strength if you have the same setup and the same skills leveled up as I do, because then you will cast on the other side, and that is no bueno. By the way, right now every single cast I make within like 2 seconds I have a fish on. It's either a tiny perch or a bigger perch, or you know, a tiny chub. This is a tiny chub this time. Oh, and it gave us spin fishing percentage. That is so funny. That's such a tiny chub. Okay, that's cool. So the spot, as you can see, is 72.85, and we are using still the spiker to 18, retrieval speed 30, and we're catching. Here we go. This is a bit of a bigger fish. It looks like a perch, maybe half a kilo, maybe 700 grams or so. I would love to get a trophy perch, but let's see if we are lucky enough or not. Hey, oh, spin fishing percentage. We have only 0.6% left now. Somehow these perch have given me spin fishing percentage so quickly, so I have a feeling like if we get any perch above a kilo, we might get some spin fishing percentage again. And this is another perch. Let's see if we are lucky again or not. Okay, can't be lucky all the time, right? That is definitely the biggest perch we've had on so far from this spot. If you remember, in one of the first episodes, I actually caught a perch over here that was 1.5 kilos plus, almost 1.6, and the trophy size is 1.6. So we still have a pretty good chance over here of catching a trophy perch, which I would absolutely love. And this seems like a big perch, maybe a kilo. Oh, actually even more, 1.1 kilo. That is a very good specimen. The only problem I can see with fishing for perch is the fact that, you know, you don't make any money at all. Perch are so cheap. I don't know why they are so cheap in this game, because as a low level angler in this game, when you do spin fishing, you want to go and fish for perch. And if you keep catching perch, like the big ones, 800 grams and so on, and they give you like 1 silver, it's kind of demotivating. We need to go and fight for the perch prices. We want them to be more expensive. But hey, look at that. That's an asp from Winding. That's a special fish from over here. Surprisingly, a very nice chub, and it also gave us a spin fishing percentage, so we still have 0.5 to go. And what is this? Another asp, and this one is a teeny tiny bit bigger than the last one. Yeah, 1.7 kilos. The EXP is super good though. 3.3k EXP from one asp is absolutely beautiful, because as you can see, if you catch perch, they give almost no EXP at all. 34.6%, 34.8%. This perch gave us 0.2%. That is crazy. And here we go, 0.1% added to the skill. We only need 0.1% to reach 35%, which is the episode's goal, so let's go and do that. And here we go, we've hit 35% in the spin fishing skill, and this also unlocks us the ability to use wobblers for fishing. But unfortunately, we don't have the gear right now to use any wobblers, so that is something that we want to use in the future. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Take care, bye bye.